Hello, are you ready for your 10-minute fiction vacay? Do you need a little break? A little pick-me-up? Stay tuned. My name is Marie LeClaire, and I'll be reading chapter 3 from my novel, The Last Yard Sale. You can get it free from Amazon and other booksellers. We left off when Marybeth arrived home with a box of strange items from the last yard sale of the day. I hope you like it. The silence of the kitchen gave way to a rumble in her stomach. She opened the cupboard in search of dinner. The kitchen's menu options stared at her from the shelf. Cheesy potato soup or beef stew? Tough call. It was sad to see the current state of her kitchen. When they first began fertility treatments, she embraced cooking with a new enthusiasm, educating herself on healthy eating and ways to support her body during pregnancy. She even learned how to make healthy baby food. But when the last attempt at pregnancy failed, she lost all interest in cooking. Now, shopping was a hassle and eating was a chore. Mealtime had become a combination of foraging and creativity. Dinner tonight would be potato soup and toast. As she ate, she replayed over and over her last encounter of the day. Who was the old woman in the yard? Had anyone else stopped at that yard sale? Had other people gone home with strange magical items? The words of the seller stuck in her mind. Maybe there are things you should let go of. What did she mean? She thought about the baby doll and her sister Regina. They had grown up one town over from Pomeroy in Westfield. Its claim to fame was the local community college offering 2- and 4-year degrees in basic concentrations, and a long-forgotten Civil War battlefield that drew in a few die-hard Civil War enthusiasts each year. It was the perfect place to raise children. The large town common was the site of many holiday picnics and celebrations. The 4th of July parade was not complete until the pet regiment, dressed in full red, white, and blue regalia, made its appearance. They tried to dress up Lulu the cat one year. She smiled at the memory, then felt a familiar sadness. No matter how sweet the memories, they all seemed to bring her back to the day her parents announced the divorce. Marybeth hadn't taken it well. What are you talking about? Marybeth demanded. You can't do this. But as calmly as they were telling the kids it's time for bed, Mom and Dad explained the changes that were taking place. Dad bought a house nearby, within walking distance, so as not to disrupt their lives too much. Really? She thought now. Did they really think this would not disrupt their lives much? Regina took the news much better. She helped Marybeth see the upside of divorce, like having a new room to decorate and stuff to buy for the new house. Dad allowed them to be involved in picking out the dishes and curtains and things. It was fun for the moment. But Marybeth was not like Regina and never really accepted the split. The new living arrangement was just complicated things for her. 2 birthday parties, 2 Thanksgiving dinners, 2 wardrobes, 2 computers. Some kids might have thought it was great, but for Marybeth, it was a constant reminder that her family was broken. It seemed like Regina was the only one she could count on, and they were thick as thieves. Occasionally, they would walk just on the edge of serious trouble, like the time they were 12 and 14 and decided to catch the bus to the new shopping mall, without permission, of course. They had never ridden the bus and weren't really sure how it worked, but when the bus stopped at the mall, off they hopped. The mall was huge, much bigger than anything they'd seen before. They were wandering around, high-eyed, when they were approached by a couple of older boys who were flirty and seemed very sophisticated. Hey, how about we hang around with you? The tall one asked. Sure, Regina giggled before Marybeth could raise any objection. The boys walked with them as they went from store to store. It wasn't until the security officer cornered the four of them that they found out what the boys were really up to. The boys had been shoplifting from each store they entered, $75 worth. She and Regina pleaded complete ignorance and apparently were convincing. The officer let them call their parents to come pick them up. They called Dad, figuring he was the least likely to freak out. When Dad said, "You're on your mother's time. You have to call her," Marybeth lost it, screaming and ranting in the security office. It was Regina who calmed her down, then called their mother. It was a painful moment of realization for her that her family really wasn't getting back together. Over the years, her pain turned into anger and resentment, and even deeper than that, doubt. Doubt that her world was stable, doubt that the people in her life would be there when she needed them, and doubt that relationships ever were. This last doubt had recently been reinforced by her own failed marriage. She immediately swerved away from that topic and directed her frustration at the old woman. Maybe there are things you should let go of, she repeated mockingly. What did she mean by that? As if I can just put stuff out at a yard sale and say goodbye to them like she did. She found herself feeling a little jealous of the old woman, then anger again. She got rid of her stuff all right, straight to me. Why had the old woman given things up to her for free? Free didn't sound so good at this moment. She wished she'd asked more questions at the time. But how could she have? She was dazed and confused by the information invading her brain. She decided that tomorrow she would go back to the old woman's house and find out more about these mysterious items and the visions that went with them. We've come to the end of the chapter. I'm happy you stayed with me. I hope you're feeling better than you were when we started. Sometimes all it takes is a little vacay in the middle of the day. If you're wanting a little more of the story, check out the playlist for the last yard sale by chapter. There are a lot of other stories here on my channel to listen to as well. And you can check out my website, marie-leclaire.com. You can find my novels directly on Amazon too. The links are in the description below. And please like and comment before you go. See you at the next vacay. I wonder where that will be.